Hello, fellow Alaskans. I'm Shelley Hughes, Republican candidate for governor of the great state of Alaska. 50-year Alaskan, married, 4 children, 12 grands, lived in every region of the state, rural and urban, including on the Kenai Peninsula in Seward. Thanks for showing up today, for being the volunteers, the engaged, the super voters. You do the real work of the party. Thank you. And to those of you who are veterans, I can't tell you how grateful I am for you. You are the reason we can gather today. And that reminds me, let's keep our military men and women in harm's way in our prayers. I'm beaming in because you're in the midst of hiring a new CEO to take Alaskan from lean times to prosperity. You need a proven leader with a plan, and so here's what you'll get with me at the helm. No empty rhetoric or one-liners not backed up by a feasible plan. You'll get someone with a proven conservative voting record, proof that I didn't fool voters by saying one thing and doing another. You'll get the former Senate Majority Leader and Senate Judiciary chairs, 4 years in the House, 8 in the Senate. You'll get a governor with strong business acumen, 3 decades in the private sector. You'll get a governor with a skill set to fix problems, with comprehensive knowledge of all the issues, with good working relations already established, with a strong history of standing my ground, fighting for what's right, with, at the same time, the wisdom to know when it's time to sit down at the table. I have valuable and proven consensus building skills, and I use them without abandoning conservative principles. Most importantly, you'll get a governor who's been very successful getting major items across the finish line despite a very tricky legislature. This is an essential skill. Other candidates may sound good. They may say they can and will do all these things I just listed, and we'd hope that be the case. But without a track record, how can we be so sure? How many times have politicians disappointed you? Friends, you're not taking a risk with me. I've proven over and over that I have the skill set to do the job and that I stick to my word. Okay, enough about me. It's time to talk about how we're going to build a strong Alaska. Our state flag, as you know, has 8 golden stars. In the next few minutes, I'm going to star 8 items that will be the focus of my action plan. The first star, the foundation, is cheap energy. This is where it all begins. Under my administration, we're not just going to talk about it. We're going to work like nobody's business to achieve cheap energy through a portfolio. The gas line, of course, but also hydros, the Sitnawatana and other projects, clean coal technology, geothermal, small modular reactors. You know, families face impossible choices between heating their homes and paying for food. That should not be happening when we have among the richest energy resources in the world. Lower cost power will be a game changer. It will reduce the overall cost of living. It will impact households, businesses, schools, healthcare, the state budget, the cost of goods and services, everything. Lower cost power will help young families put down roots, allow seniors to stay in their communities. It will attract new investment, new industry, and great jobs. The second star, we're going to put Alaska land in Alaska hands. The federal government controls 62% of Alaska. That is not equal footing with the rest of the country, and it's holding us back. Land locked up in D.C. doesn't create jobs. It doesn't house families. It doesn't grow food. It doesn't harvest timber, and it doesn't mine rare earth elements. I'll push back aggressively and lawfully against federal overreach and pursue every avenue to return land to the state and then into private hands. I'll introduce a modern Homestead Act, real land, real ownership, real opportunity with roads and corridors. Alaska is not a museum, it's our home. The third star, infrastructure. We'll build infrastructure and roads to unleash opportunities, hydro projects, bridges, ports. We have an open ocean to export markets. We need ports on our west coast. No passageway through the Panama Canal or the Strait of Hormuz required. The Arctic shipping route is more active than ever, so let's take our rightful place. It's time for a port authority to access federal dollars we're currently leaving on the table. It's time to stop draining the capital budget we used to use for infrastructure. Our capital budget shouldn't be the piggy bank for the operating budget. So let's turn the tide toward a sensible fiscal plan so we can build needed infrastructure again. Speaking of which, the fourth star is fiscal restraint. Alaska must secure our future with a bold conservative approach to budgeting. We can't be at the top of the cost curve and expect to remain a business destination of choice. Welfare payments will be fewer as able-bodied working-age adults are trained for good jobs. We'll ensure past agreements are upheld and that federal dollars are not left on the table that are available for tribes for education, healthcare, and infrastructure, things that will help all Alaskans. And with a Sunset Commission in place, bills with audit recommendations for more efficient state agencies will have to pass the legislature or the agency will sunset. Our budget will have two parts: a mandatory budget, what's constitutional and statutory, and a discretionary budget, everything else. We will prioritize what is mandatory. And we'll work to fix the too high spending cap in the Constitution. I will work as governor to eliminate the constant threat of the state dipping into your pocket and industry's pocket year after year. Those first 4 stars, cheap energy, private lands, infrastructure paired with fiscal restraint, all add up to a 5-star Alaska, a place where we all want to stay and live. The 5th star is an affordable cost of living for Alaska. I'm going to take a drink. Those earlier bright stars burn away the barriers to allow a strong and diversified economy. That means more resource development, new industry, data centers, critical mineral production, timber, tourism, value-added manufacture, even an agricultural industry. Today, we import 97% of our food, $3 billion worth, while Scandinavia, at the same latitude as Alaska, exports $10 billion in ag products. We've got an opportunity, Alaskans, new farmers, new businesses, more acres in production. We'll also work to increase wildlife abundance by returning to our constitutional mandate, active management for maximum sustained yield for humans, intervening to produce a harvestable surplus to grow game populations by prioritizing decisive predator control, habitat enhancement, and modern science-based management practices while pushing back on federal overreach and revising outdated agreements. Ag, fish, and game dividends, a diversified economy, a lower cost of living. This will be the place where Alaskans can live rewarding and affordable lives. And to get there, we also need our 6th star, which is education that delivers results. Education should be about outcomes, not ideology. Parents deserve choices, homeschool options, charter schools are public schools, career and technical ed that leads to real jobs. Every graduate should be ready for work, service, or higher education. We need literacy, skills, and pathways. We need the dollars directed to teachers to proven instructional strategies into the classrooms. As governor, I'm going to fight to ensure no child is denied the opportunity to the very best learning environment for that child. NEA is not going to box in families. The data is clear. Funding directed to instruction improves outcomes. School choice lifts all boats. Student results improve in neighborhood schools when school choice is offered to all families, including low-income families, who often are the very first to jump at the opportunity. Let's not deprive children from these families of the American dream. This is how we build a strong Alaska. And of course, government should answer to the people, not the other way around. So the 7th star is grand jury rights. Accountability means protecting the grand jury, a constitutional safeguard that gives citizens real oversight. Some attorneys say SCO 1993 is problematic. I say it's outrageous, unconstitutional, and guts the role of the grand jury. This ends with me. I will have SCO 1993 dismantled through review, correction, or impeachment, whatever it takes to undo this gross overreach. Article 1, Section 8 of our Constitution is clear. This is not a new issue to me like it is to my opponents. Along with my former colleagues in the legislature, Ben Carpenter, Mike Shower, Sarah Vance, it has been before us. I support an independent Mullen-type commission to publicly investigate allegations of corruption, including why only 12 jurors were appointed with 0 alternates, and why the one who left wasn't held to account. This isn't a political talking point, it's an Alaskan principle. No agency is above scrutiny. No official is untouchable. And finally, the 8th star, fighting for our dividend. Direct household dividends, like Alaska's PFD model, create one of the strongest economic ripple effects in any state economy. PFD dollars move immediately through groceries, childcare, transportation, home repairs, small businesses. Economists call this the velocity of money. Every dollar spent multiplies as it is respent. That fast circulation simply can't be matched by government. Now, Governor Hammond envisioned the dividend as a watchdog for the permanent fund to keep it from being diverted to grow government spending. Milton Friedman, the renowned Nobel Prize winning economist, recommended the PFD for the flip side of that coin, to grow the private sector. And I am all about growing the private sector. By the way, I do not support an income tax paired with a PFD like the Democrats want. An income tax would trigger a mass exodus of families, and it'd be a terrible mistake. So my commitment to you is to rebuild the PFD so that it's no longer an issue, just like it wasn't for the first 34 years since its inception. It used to just be paid out, no questions asked. Let's get to that again through persistence and hard work. As we exercise fiscal discipline to address the unchecked operating budget that, by the way, grew by 50% between 2006 and 2016, and as we persistently work to expand the economy through cheap energy, land ownership, and infrastructure, we'll see private sector growth and the diversification of revenue streams. That will mean a stronger Alaska and more freedom and opportunity for you. So in conclusion, the next governor must be a relentless visionary with an action plan. I don't need this job, and I could ride off into the sunset, but I know the issues and the terrain and can solve real problems, and this is why I'm offering my skill set to you. I was under the poverty level as a young mom, and Alaska provided phenomenal opportunities for my family. As your governor, will ensure opportunities once again. Alaska will become the envy of the states as we implement feasible and real solutions. We have the building blocks, but they must be assembled swiftly to ensure Alaska's economic revival, and there will only be 2 years left of Trump's term when the governor is sworn in. No time for on-the-job training. We need a proven and effective governor on day one, and I'm ready and I'm at your service. Remember, it's those of you who get off the fence who will determine our next governor. Don't be a fence sitter. Join me and let's build a strong Alaska. 8 stars on a field of blue. Please reach out. Let me know you're a supporter at alaskansforhughes.com. Thank you.
Paid for by Alaskans for Hughes, P.O. Box 1496, Palmer, Alaska 99645.